Good morning and happy Friday, and welcome back to the NOFO Live Show, where I, Sunita, along with my two co hosts, Tracy from Miss Tracy Kessler and Kelly from NOFO Endless Summer, we hop on every Friday and talk about everything North Fork. Sorry, I was a minute late today. I couldn't find my regular tripod, and so now my phone is precariously hanging on contraption that I can't even describe. But we're here, and it looks like we did have a winter day in between, but it looks like we're back. But I think everybody enjoyed the couple of inches of snow we had one day. Good morning, Tracy. How are you?
Good. I'm
Good
actually
morning.
glad
How are
we're a
you?
minute late because I was 2 minutes late. So that didn't make it
I mean, I wish I could have a
I
camera
know.
for the 2 minutes before
I
the
know. Me
show
too.
and the chaos. Like, there's always something going on. I was on a call with
I always
somebody, and I
have
was like,
like
oh, I gotta hang up.
five.
I
I have
gotta
like
hang up. I
five
gotta
drinks. I have
go.
my
Go on.
energized drink so I can work out after. I have my coffee. I have water. I'm running up the stairs.
Well, what a fun, sweet treat we have today.
Oh
Good
my God! I'm
morning,
so
guys. I see Kelly hopping on. Hang on. Let me see if I can. Wait, I don't have a request from her yet.
Today.
Um, I'm saying Kelly, but I mean the other Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Jimmy.
I'm so excited, you guys. I can't believe that it's taken us this long to have some of my best friends on the show.
Finally, we're
we
here.
finally made it work, and we had no idea what we were doing. I was like, did we join? This is our first time, so this is exciting.
Hi.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we did
There
try
was
to have
baby
you guys on one time, but then there was,
born and all
stuff that
sorts of
happened.
other important stuff.
All the good stuff.
Well,
Good morning.
Good morning, Kelly. How are you?
Pick a good spot in my house because we still have all that construction going on, and apparently I'm doing the show from my bed today. So
Perfect. Very NOFO lifestyle.
Hey.
I was I was running all over my house with the tripod and my phone. I'm like, everywhere is noisy. I don't know what to do.
Where's the beautiful ring light that gives that beautiful glow? All right, we need to jump right into this because we have so much to talk about.
I will take it
So,
away. All right,
Tracy,
I am
take it
very
away.
excited to finally have our friends Kelly and Jimmy Lyons from NOFODOCO.
Yeah.
I have to share with you guys, because I don't know if I've ever told you this, like so many people will, when I post something that we've done socially together, because anyone who's watching, they are actually my real friends. And people will actually say to me like, oh my God, you know the NOFODOCO people? So you guys are like real celebrities, and we're very excited to have you on the show. I have such pride in what you guys have accomplished because I know you personally. I know you as real people. I know how hard you work. I know how far you've come. Oh my God, I'm like gonna cry. I'm so proud of you guys. And I know like what I really want to talk about. I want to talk about the business. I want to talk about how it started with your mom, Kelly, and I want to, and Jimmy and everything you guys have done to grow it. But I also really want to talk about the community that you guys have and how you always give back. Like always. There's never a request from a charity that you guys, turn down. You guys are so supportive. And I love what I think that's part of why your business has done so good, aside from the fact that your donuts are amazing, your branding is so spot on, your business acumen, Jimmy, is amazing, but really it's, also like how you guys support the community, and because the community feels so supported by you, they want to support you. So I'm going to turn it over to you guys. You guys can tell us your story and let's go from there.
Sure.
Well, first, thank you for having us and talk about small business. We're in my 11-year-old daughter's room. Right now,
There we go. I'm glad I'm not the only one in a bedroom today.
daughter's bedroom.
Yeah, you're not alone in the bedroom today. So, sure. I mean, the business started. We're going on 5 years now in June, which is absolutely crazy. It seems like it was yesterday, right? And what's great about it is what you said too, Tracy, is like we met so many amazing people through the business. So many friends that we've made along the way, like friends that we have in common, you know, Kaylin, Matt, and Amanda, and so many great NOFO people that we've met just from starting that business. So it's been a blessing in so many ways. I mean, it's provided obviously a living for us to support our family, and it's provided a really great outlet for us to do with something that we've always wanted to do, but it's also helped us become a part of that amazing community out in North Fork and in Mattituck, which was extremely important for us. I guess we can kick off there. I mean, Kelly and I sort of fell in love out in the North Fork. We met, and my mother bought a house out in Southold. So it was a really great getaway for us to get out to the, you know, it was actually a way for me to impress Kelly when I first met her. I said, why don't you have a really nice, like, North Fork house, you know? We would go out there and we'd spend the weekends out there, and we literally fell in love with the North Fork. Like that's not just like a random story. Like that's the real deal. Like why, you know, there's a million places on Long Island that you could open up that were super attractive, villages and all these other places, Patchogue and Farmingdale and Huntington. But we just really wanted to be in a place that we loved. We do most of the things that we do in our business, in our life. We kind of just follow our heart, we follow our gut, and we just go with what feels right. And that felt right to us. We fell in love on the North Fork. We fell in love with the North Fork. We just love the community. We love the area. And we just we just wanted to be a part of it. In the beginning, it had nothing to do with success and wanting to grow and be this bigger business. We just wanted to have a business in that community because we wanted to be a part of that community, and we wanted to give to that community. We wanted to, sort of start our story as a family in that community and grow with it. And that's how it all started out there. And we were just like, hey, let's see if there's something open out here, and maybe we'll get lucky and find a spot. And it happened that way, where we contacted.
So Jimmy, I was cracking up because you used the word love so many times in what you were saying, and I'm thinking how perfect that you guys ended up on the best street, Love Lane in Maryland.
Yeah.
Like,
I
doesn't get any better
wanted
than
to go
that.
back to that whole 5 years thing. You say like, wow, it feels like yesterday, but I feel like you guys have been around forever. Like, I just feel like NOFODOCO has been like a staple in our lives for like so long. So it feels like much longer than 5 years. Don't you guys feel like that?
Well, days where it feels like we blinked and it happened, and then I feel like it feels longer than 5 years. But I think it was just the pandemic that was really, we were just so thankful that we made it through. We did great. You know, we pivoted as much as we could. We did the best that we could. And I feel like that's where it felt like more than 5 years.
Yeah. I just feel like it's like going to the North Fork. Okay, we're also going to NOFODOCO. It's like one and the same.
Well, I have to give a shout out to your social media presence, because I think what you guys have built, and Kelly, maybe that's why it feels like it's so much longer, because everything you post, every image, every vibe, all of it is just spectacular. So coming from like the social media world where the three of us live on, hats off to you guys. I think you're doing a great job with the
That means a
social
lot
media
coming from you
presence
guys.
as well.
So thank you. Yeah. You know, it was really important for us in the beginning. The social media was one of the most important aspects of the business for us, because when we started, we have truly humble beginnings. We had nothing. We emptied our savings account to open the business, and we didn't have any marketing dollars. We had no marketing budget whatsoever, no advertising budget. So we were like, let's make this thing as Instagrammable as possible, because we're lucky enough to live in a time where we can advertise for free on Instagram. And if we can do a good job and we can get enough eyes on our business, we can literally utilize Instagram as our avenue to reach the people and reach the masses, at least reach our community and our local community. And that's what we did at first. And that's one thing that I know Kelly's really proud of, is that she ran the Instagram, with no experience whatsoever in the first like 2 years or something. And I mean, when we started hitting like 10,000 followers, we're like, 10,000 followers? Like, what the heck? That's crazy. And then, the point where, as you guys know, I'm sure, when you hit a certain threshold, it's like, oh, I can't make donuts for 16 hours, run a business, raise children, and run a household with my mom, and also
it became a full-time
for
job.
Sure. And now you guys, I don't think, give yourselves enough credit in that, just the fact that you alone were able to say like, oh, social media is such a great marketing tool. It's free. It's something that we can do. Like, you guys had this business background or business savvy that you're not giving yourself enough credit for, I think, right?
Yeah. Well, we truly, mean,
Totally.
he's very
Totally.
business savvy, but I learned as I went along. I just kind of, you know, he taught me self-taught.
Sister.
But I think it's even more than the social media, because you guys have done an excellent job. I like to think of myself as sort of an expert in branding, and you guys have done an amazing job of branding. It's very consistent. It's very clear. You know, you're like a family run business and a product for families, but there's like this edginess to your logo and your stores, and you know, that comes across in everything you do. So you've done an amazing job of weaving that story through there and in all of your branding.
And not only in your own postings, what I have noticed, because I'm influenced by you too. I think so many people buy the donuts and then take pictures and repost them. So I feel like I need to go get donuts and take pictures and be in places. So I think it's more than just you guys posting. I think you have created a brand, like Tracy said.
Well, yeah, you're right.
It's just amazing to watch. But I want to, as soon as I think of donuts, I think of the old commercial, okay, you gotta wake up at 4 a.m. and make the donuts, right? So I want to hear more about who dreams up all these amazing flavors and this amazing creativity and what they look like in the end.
It was the two of us. We were just kind of, I think what we did was, I mean, it's kind of like everything we've done so far is like we just kind of follow our heart, like what feels right to us. I think one of the biggest backbones of our business and what we do is that we have a lot of faith in ourselves. And I think that what we like, you know, the music we like, the styles that we like, you know, the art we like, the stuff that I think that we like, I think we have a lot of faith in that. And I think a lot of people tend to share those feelings as well. So we were like, let's just do what we like, and people will follow. And I think that people will catch on to that. So in the beginning, Kelly and I would come up with all the flavors, and we would say things like, all right, what was like some of our favorite snacks when we were kids? Like childhood snacks that we loved. Like, let's turn those into donuts. So we did that in the beginning. And then as we got busier and busier, I gravitated more towards the growth of the business and the production side of things, and Kelly really just honed in on the creative. So a lot of the flavors in the beginning was Kelly and I. So the staples that you see on a daily basis in our store were the kind of the brainchild of the two of us. But Kelly, over the past like 2 or 3 years, has really taken the reins on the creative aspect, and that's our merchandise, our flavors, most of our creations, our store layout, color schemes, decor. That's all really been Kelly the whole time.
You guys are a great pair. Like, I can't imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
And I think too, Jimmy, you said that you had faith in yourself and your concepts, and that you thought a lot of people liked them too, which is probably true. But I think almost more so, people felt your faith in yourself. And that is what they're buying. They're buying the fact that you guys are so confident in your brand and your product that you're like, I want it too. You know, it's just like you give off that sense of, you know, that you have made a good product, that every donut is made with care and you are on top of it, and it comes across in everything you do. And that's just.
But that's such an important lesson, right? Because a lot of entrepreneurs have great ideas and they sit right in their gut. But, you know, whether it's imposter syndrome or whether it's just second guessing yourself and not really believing in yourself, taking the plunge, a lot of people are hesitant to go for it. So I love that you said that, and kudos to you for going with what you believe in. And like Tracy said, people resonate with it.
With things that are genuine.
Sure.
As a rule, you know, it's tough to fake things and have people subscribe to that, you know. So I think that if it's genuine and you have some sense of what's good and what's not good, and you're genuine and you're true to yourself and you do what you love, it kind of always comes across. A kind of a guiding line for us is just always do what we love, do what we believe in. And well, I mean, it works in multiple facets. I mean, one, it's more enjoyable for us. It doesn't feel like work all the time because we're doing what we love.
Yeah.
And so that comes across, like you said, Tracy. I mean, I have a lot of friends who I have tons of faith in their like movie and music flavor and their taste in like movie and musics. So like when they tell me something, I might not necessarily have found it on my own or even liked it on my own, but I'm like, I love his taste. I like, you know, he always comes up with great things, and you tend to just kind of gravitate towards it because you know he's got great taste and you know what you like, and you know that he's passionate about that sort of thing. Or and I think that kind of is what we like to do is we just do what we love. We do what we're passionate about, and hopefully people follow and hopefully people enjoy it as well.
And I think that you guys have this attitude that you don't take yourselves too seriously either. I like have this whole mantra, like with what I do, like when it stops being fun, that's when I'm going to start doing something else. So like, if it's not fun anymore, you're just going to pivot to do like, something else. And I feel like when you don't take yourself too seriously and you're not like, forcing it, it's when the best product happens. So like people see that.
Well,
yeah.
wait till you see the video that we're posting today.
Oh wait, I cannot wait.
Well, hopefully it includes more photos of the two of you, because I must say, I mean, I follow Kelly on your personal page, and some of the photos of the two of you guys seem like
Tracy said it before. It's like the brand is very like family. Like, so you can see the two of us in the brand. If you really look, if you know who we are, you could really parse Kelly and me. Like most 99.9% of the Instagram is very, family and beautiful. It's well shot and it's creative. That's all Kelly. But then when you see like the silly, stupid video, all me. Like I have to get my comment there and my humor out there. And when you watch the video today, it might even be posted at any second now. But
this next video,
it's a fun one.
I trust him very much, and I was like, I don't really understand it or see it, and then I saw it. I'm like, it's brilliant. It's so fun.
I
can't wait.
And he's such a good actor. He loves the.
We're doing a serial killer box for National Cereal Day.
Aha.
March 7th. So we're doing like a pre-order 6-pack of all cereal inspired donuts. And we're wrap the box in yellow caution tape and put like bloody handprints on the box. And so we made a video of like a serial killer video where I come in to make the donuts and then I get murdered by a bunch of cereal. It's hilarious.
Also,
oh my God. Can't wait.
It's
so
good.
Fun, so creative. It just sounds amazing. And in the middle of all this, you guys are raising little kids.
Yeah.
We're in the
while making
that's the real one.
donuts.
Gentle. We have 11, 3, and 2.
Oh my gosh! Wow, amazing.
And you have also expanded beyond the North Fork, right? You have your Bayshore store, and you have you have the truck, right? And you have stuff in Connecticut. Tell us what else is going on.
So so we're expanding the brand. We've always wanted to do a food truck. Usually you start with a food truck and you move on to a brick and mortar, but we kind of went the other way because I think food truck is kind of fun and romantic now. And we were like, all right, let's get a food truck because that sounds like it'll be a good time. It is a great time. It's a lot more work than we anticipated, but it's fun. If anybody's out there that is interested in helping us out with the food truck, we're looking. But,
but donuts and food trucks just seem like they perfectly go together. I mean, obviously people can come to Loveland and get your donuts, but if you can bring the truck to places, parties, events, I mean, how cool is that? I know donuts are very popular at weddings. So a food truck at a wedding
I don't think there's any shortage of need for it. It's just a lot of work. Like when, Kelly and I, between children and running the business, we don't have any partners. It's just Kelly and I. And so when when I work 8 to 10 hours a day and literally just doing that for almost most weeks 7 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week, but never lower than that. And you get a food truck event, and now I have to drive a diesel truck to Sands Point in Port Washington for an hour and a half and work an event. I have to load it with donuts, prep the entire thing. It's like opening another store and then closing another store and then
I love this conversation because on Instagram everything looks rainbows and sprinkles, right? Because it's donuts and they're creative. But when you really peel back the layers, it's a lot of hard work to make all of that come to life and happen. So kudos to you. And I don't know that you guys need any more partners. I think the two of you are a perfect match in your personal life, it seems like, and definitely in your business.
I want to just give them a shout out too, that it's been hard work from the beginning. I remember when Kelly and I first met and we would all go out to dinner and she'd be like, I have to get up at 3 a.m. to go make the donuts, like legitimately. And I was like, that's a real thing? You have to get up at 3 a.m.? No. I mean, they have been hands-on from the beginning. And, it's just amazing what you guys have built. before we get into the NOFO Live at 5, I do want to talk about the charities that you guys support and how involved you are in the community. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I never, ever, ever say no to a donation. It's very difficult for me.
It's a point of contention for us. I'm like, Kelly, we have to say no at some point. Charity starts at home.
I feel so blessed to be where we are today. I feel, very humble beginnings. And, I lost my mom at a very young age. And I always knew this is something that I wanted to do. So we work with casts a lot. We just did the coffee house event. We honestly, anything that, if they reach out to me and I read it, and I will donate everything I have to everyone around me. He reels me in a lot.
But it's a beautiful thing. And one of the biggest parts of why we do what we do is because we wanted to, I know it sounds so corny, but it's the truth is that we like being a part of the community. And when something happens in our community and somebody comes in and says, hey, listen, there's somebody there's a child that goes to Matatuck High School who's sick. Can we donate to this? Absolutely. Like that's what businesses in our community should be doing. Everybody should be giving back. And, it doesn't have to be an exorbitant amount. It just any sort of contribution at all is it's helpful, and it's important for the people and the businesses in the community to come together to do things like that, because that's what a community is. And I think that's what Matatuck and the North Fork offers more than most communities, is like sort of a tight-knit community that does help each other. Everybody knows each other. Everybody understands the struggles that people go through. And Kelly, when I'm doing the books and handling the back end stuff, I do at a certain point say, Kelly, we have to have a budget for this. But and there's certain times where there's things that we've had to say no to at the end of the day. But for the most part, we're always, especially lymphoma, leukemia, things that are sort of near and dear to our heart. Any sort of cancer causes that we've always given back to that. Kelly can talk a little bit more too, because that's all her realm. She gives back to everything. But the charities there have been a big part of who we are and what we do.
I can't even really think of one specific one. Like he said, we do a lot with cancer. I had a rare diagnosis with my son, placenta accreta, so I try and do a lot with that. I'm going to host a blood drive in April, so I try and give back with that. Anything local, like Jimmy said, we always try and be a part of. Ruby June Cotter, I always go back to that. She was, her and her brother Everett. Anything we can be a part of that. We have children. Anything in the community, really.
And also, we make a fresh product every day, so we don't know what we're going to sell when we make the donuts in the beginning of the day. So whatever we have left over at the end of the day, we work with a lot of people on the North Fork. We've worked with the Women's Shelter. We work with Chef Smiley, who I'm not sure if you're familiar with, out in Greenport. He's one of the kindest men I've ever met in my entire life. He works with the church out in Greenport. He's like a brilliant ray of light. He comes in every day. He spends his own time. He cooks giant Thanksgiving dinners for hundreds of homeless people and people in need on Thanksgiving, on certain holidays. So we work with Chef Smiley on a daily basis, where he'll come into the donut shop. He'll call us every day and say, what do you have that's left over? And we let him know. We'll box it up for him. He'll come every day and pick up the donuts and bring them to the shelter and give them out to the homeless people.
Well, that sounds incredible. We need to have him on the show and spread the awareness, because I've never heard of him and what he's trying to do.
Yeah,
that's incredible. Thanks for sharing, Jimmy.
Every time I interact with Chef Smiley, I just feel like, just the things he says, like he literally just walks in the door and he's like, God bless you. You're so beautiful. You and your wife do such good. Like he's so uplifting. He's so positive, and he literally just lives it on a daily basis. He's such a positive man. He's such a positive influence, and just like a shining light out there. Like he just is doing work every day to make the world a better place. And he's a wonderful dude. And I can see if I can maybe put you guys in contact. But
definitely.
He walks in the shop and he makes you want to be better. I'm like, I have to be better.
I would say the same about you too. I really would. I really would. You guys are always, Kelly, I say this to you all the time as a fellow, new mom. Like, you make it look easy. You make life seem happy and joyful. And I know that it's not, because I know you, and I know that, it's just as hard for you as it is for everybody else. But you guys always have a smile on your face. You guys are always, you know, real, and it's not, you know, you're always bringing good times into the room. So, and I just want to say one thing, that for someone who wants to get involved in the community and doesn't know how, watching the NOFODOCO social media is a good way to watch what they're doing. Kelly just mentioned that she's doing a blood drive. You know, if you watch what they're giving to, then you can kind of try to follow that path and find some ways to give back to the community as well, because there's always things going on their page.
Absolutely.
So,
Definitely.
all right, I can't believe we're out of time. I feel like we need to have you guys on again. So let's just schedule it now, because we know with all of our schedules, it's going to be like a year from now. But we're going to go into our NOFO Live 5. One of these days, I'm going to get the rhythm of that. The NOFO Live 5. All right, I got it. Okay. All right. I know.
It's really not that complicated. I mean, the answer
I literally read it out loud last night. I was like, NOFO Live 5. NOFO Live 5. We're going to do it.
Oh my God, this is way more fun than it should
All right.
be.
So if you guys were going to take us out to lunch, where would you take us?
Ooh, that's an easy one for me. Barrow Food House.
Favorite.
Love them.
That one.
Yeah.
All right.
There are things to choose from. I mean, there's
it's
100
a hard
second
question.
places, but since Barrow opened, it's always been our favorite. We love them over there. We love their food. We love their, you know, their cocktails. We just love their vibe, and they're just such great people over there. And
Wait, they have cocktails?
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I guess I've only been for lunch. Immediately when you said Barrow, I'm thinking the curried chickpeas they have. I'm like, what cocktail? I
Sandwich
need to go
is
back.
unmatched. They have great cocktails, like Kelly said.
Their burgers,
they just,
unreal.
and their spaghetti
potato.
squash latkes.
And their cauliflower soup is to die for.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
So now,
do good
are
things.
you guys
Now I'm
winery or brewery people? And what's your go-to?
I'm winery.
I come from the beer world, so I was a brewery guy, but now I'm being on the North Fork, and I got a late wine education. I've actually gravitated more towards the wineries as well.
All right.
That's a hard one. There's so many amazing ones. I would say mine. Can I pick two?
Yes.
It would probably be Matabella and Leave.
Okay.
Okay.
I love.
Good choices.
Well, since we go to vineyards and wineries together, I mean, I don't really. Those are my choices too. I mean, those are all the time. We don't.
Yeah.
I hope all the husbands
I'm
are taking
gonna
notes. I mean, I guess that's how you answer a question.
Loves Matabella. They are.
So are you catching 5 a.m. sunsets when you're making donuts? Sunrises, I mean, are you catching sunsets? What's your go-to to relax, and where do you catch them?
I would do Sunset and Veterans Beach, where Jimmy and I got married there.
At Veterans Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Tracy did the whole thing.
Tracy made the whole thing beautiful.
Tracy and Amanda and Caitlin helped us so much.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. But since you are up early, do you really? I want to know. Do you end up catching sunrises?
We're sweating in dark kitchens usually,
We're running around with kids.
with no air conditioners.
The glamorous.
Yes.
glamorous
We do.
donut
We're
like.
very lucky at our house. We because we're up so early, we're usually home at a reasonable hour, and for some reason our front porch is the most amazing sunsets. We get like orange, pink, like vanilla skies, beautiful. So we get to see some beautiful skies from our porch. But yeah.
So now, do you guys get a chance to cook? Do you go to a farm stand and pick things up for cooking purposes, or do you not get a chance to cook?
Excellent cook.
Such a good cook.
I love
have
to cook, yeah.
He is like blows me out of the water.
Yeah, well, no, I don't blow her out of the water, but I enjoy cooking. Like, it's one of my passions. I've always loved cooking. So yeah, we definitely go to farm stands. We get a lot of fresh produce from farm stands. We get a lot of cheeses from farm stands. I get a lot of stuff like, I noticed on your list, you were talking about farm stands, and I love Schmidt's farm stand with that horseradish mustard that they have. But yeah, as far as cooking goes, we cook 7 days a week. So after we leave work and come home, there's the occasional day where it's like I can't even do anything else. But for the most part, 6-7 days a week we cook here, and we like to cook for our kids, and the kids like home cooked meals, and we enjoy doing it together anyway. So yeah, Schmidt's for me would be my favorite because I like the accoutrements that you can get at Schmidt's.
Yes.
Tracy, can we restart the NOFO Live 5 and re-ask the lunch question? Because maybe now Jimmy will answer. He would take us to lunch in his house. So
my apron on and cook for you guys. I would love that.
That would be fun. That might need to be one of our NOFO Live outings, that we have Jimmy cook us burgers in the backyard.
There you go.
We could do that.
There you go. I mean, we'll get the cocktails at Barrow House before we come.
I'm a great bartender as well.
He's an incredible bartender as well.
I can make you some.
Jimmy has it all.
Offers that you can't fulfill over here.
Well,
like cocktails, dinners, donuts. Like,
we'll show up.
Out with the kids.
yeah.
Here we go.
Well,
Plus the show is recorded, so we can replay and show you that you did indeed say that
on the calendar.
yes, you all heard it here. All right. Well, we are so happy to have you guys on the show. We usually wrap the show with asking one question, which is, why do you love being a part of the North Fork community?
That's easy for me. It feels like a family. It is the most supportive community. You know, opening a business, you get so nervous. You don't, nobody thinks of it as competition out there. Everybody's supporting everybody. It's like you said, everybody, if you're throwing an event, everybody wants to be a part of it. How can I help you? What else can I do? The community is just unreal to me. It feels like a little family.
Yeah, I would agree with Kelly. I mean, it feels like this. I mean, this in itself is proof of that. We're doing these things with you guys. We hang out with Tracy. We hang out with you guys. Like, we hang out with other people from the North Fork. We have relationships personally with other businesses on the North Fork. I have businesses elsewhere. I have businesses in Bayshore. I have businesses in Connecticut. I have businesses in the Bronx. I don't do that kind of stuff. They're all wonderful communities, but the North Fork is a very, very special place where it feels like home, and it feels like you're a part of like Kelly said, you're a part of a bigger family, and people take care of each other, and that's a really, really nice, comforting thing to be a part of.
Well, we're so glad that you decided to have your life and your business on the North Fork. We're so happy that you're on Love Lane, making these delicious donuts. I can't wait to come back in soon and take a picture and eat some of
much.
it.
We feel very
Well,
All right.
thank you guys for being on. See you
So much,
next
guys.
Friday.
Love you.
Bye-bye. Take care, guys.
Bye.